God's love never gives up on me. There are times when I have wanted to give up on myself. I have looked at my mistakes and thought that I would never change. I have looked at my failures and believed that I was not good enough. There have been moments when I felt lost, broken, and completely exhausted. Yet even in those moments, God never gave up on me. His love remains when I feel weak. His love remains when I feel disappointed in myself. His love remains when I cannot see anything good in my life. There are people who may walk away when life becomes difficult. There are people who may stop believing in us after we fail. But God's love is different. His love stays. Even when I wander, He calls me back. Even when I fall, He lifts me up. Even when I lose hope, He continues to hope for me. This is one of the most beautiful truths about God's love. It never gives up. God's love knows everything about me. Sometimes I hide parts of myself from others. I hide my fears. I hide my worries. I hide my insecurities. I smile when I am hurting and say that I am fine when my heart feels heavy. But I cannot hide anything from God. He knows every thought that enters my mind. He knows every tear that falls from my eyes. He knows every dream that lives inside my heart. He knows the things that make me happy and the things that keep me awake at night. And even after knowing everything about me, He still loves me. This kind of love is hard to understand, because human love is often based on what people see on the outside. But God's love goes deeper. He sees the real me, and He still chooses to love me. God's love is greater than my fears. Fear is something everyone experiences. We fear failure. We fear rejection. We fear losing the people we love. We fear the future because we do not know what tomorrow will bring. Fear can become a heavy burden. It can steal our joy and make us feel trapped. But God's love reminds me that I do not have to live in constant fear. I may not know what tomorrow looks like, but God does. I may not know how every problem will be solved, but God is already present in my tomorrow. His love gives me courage to take another step forward. His love reminds me that I do not have to carry my fears alone. God's love makes ordinary life beautiful. Many people think that happiness only comes from big achievements. They believe that joy comes from wealth, success, or recognition. But God's love teaches me something different. Joy can be found in ordinary moments. A quiet morning, a gentle breeze, a warm cup of coffee, a conversation with a friend, the sound of rain outside the window, the laughter of a child, a beautiful sunset. God's love opens my eyes to the simple gifts that surround me every day. Sometimes the greatest blessings are the ones we almost overlook. When I realize that I am loved by God, even ordinary moments become precious. God's love gives me a new beginning. Everyone has things they regret. There are words we wish we had never spoken, choices we wish we had never made, opportunities we wish we had not missed. Sometimes our past feels like a heavy chain that follows us everywhere. But God's love offers something wonderful, a new beginning. His love reminds me that my mistakes are not the end of my story. Every sunrise is a reminder that a new day has begun. Every morning is another opportunity to grow, to change, and to move forward. I do not have to remain trapped in my past forever. God's love invites me to begin again. God's love teaches me my true identity. The world often tells us who we should be. It tells us that we need more money, more success, more beauty, or more achievements to matter. As a result, many people spend their lives trying to become someone else. But God's love teaches me a different truth. I do not need to become someone else to be worthy of love. I am already valuable. I am already important. I am already loved. My identity is not based on my job, my possessions, or other people's opinions. My identity is found in the fact that I belong to God and that I am deeply loved by Him. This truth brings freedom. I no longer need to constantly prove my worth. I can rest in the knowledge that I matter because I am loved. God's love helps me love myself. Many people struggle to love themselves. They focus only on their flaws. They compare themselves to others. They criticize themselves for every mistake. I have done this too. There have been times when I looked in the mirror and only saw my imperfections. But God's love changes the way I see myself. If God values me, then I should learn to value myself. If God shows me kindness, then I should learn to show kindness to myself. This does not mean becoming proud or selfish. It means accepting that I have worth and treating myself with the same compassion that God shows me. Learning to love myself is part of learning to accept God's love. God's love gives me strength to keep going. Life can be exhausting. Sometimes I feel like I have nothing left to give. There are seasons when I am physically tired, emotionally drained, and mentally overwhelmed. During those moments, I may wonder if I can continue. Then I remember that God's love is bigger than my weariness. When I feel empty, His love fills me. When I feel weak, His love strengthens me. When I want to quit, His love encourages me to keep moving forward, one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. I do not need to have all the answers. I only need to trust that God's love will carry me through. God's love is my greatest treasure. There are many things people chase in life. Money, success, recognition, possessions. None of these things are wrong, but none of them can fully satisfy the human heart. Everything in this world can change. Money can disappear. Careers can end. Possessions can be lost. But God's love remains forever. It is the treasure that cannot be taken away. When I know that I am loved by God, I have something that no circumstance can destroy. That love becomes my anchor during difficult times and my joy during good times. Living each day in God's love. Knowing that God loves me should change the way I live. I can wake up each morning with gratitude. I can face challenges with courage. I can forgive others more easily. I can show kindness and compassion. I can choose hope instead of despair. I can trust that my life has purpose. God's love is not meant to stay as an idea in my mind. It is meant to transform the way I live every day. When I ask, why does God love me? I may never fully understand the depth of that love. Some things are simply too beautiful and too wonderful to explain completely. But I know this. God loves me when I succeed. God loves me when I fail. God loves me when I feel strong. God loves me when I feel weak. God loves me on my happiest days and on my darkest nights. His love is not something I have to earn. It is a gift, a beautiful, endless, and faithful gift. Because God loves me, I have hope. Because God loves me, I have peace. Because God loves me, I have purpose. Because God loves me, I am never alone. And no matter where life takes me, I can hold on to this simple and comforting truth. I am loved, deeply loved, completely loved, forever loved. And that love will never let me go. Ending prayer. Dear God, thank you for loving me even when I do not understand why. Thank you for loving me on my best days and my worst days. Thank you for seeing my worth when I cannot see it myself. Help me to remember that I am never alone and never forgotten. Teach me to trust your love, to rest in your peace, and to share that love with others. When I am afraid, remind me that you are with me. When I am tired, give me strength. When I feel unworthy, remind me that I am loved. May I walk each day knowing that your love surrounds me and carries me through every season of life. Amen.